Hi everyone, so today I'm going to continue our mini battle of the minis by looking back at Anbernic's RG280V. The RG280V was released towards the end of 2020. Inside it has the same processor than Anbernic's RG350 handheld range, which equates to about half a gig of DDR2 RAM. Inside it's got a 2100 milliamp battery, 2 micro SD slots, and a 2.3 inch screen, which is at a 320 by 480 resolution, which works out at a 4:3 screen ratio. This will essentially play up to and including PlayStation 1 pretty well, especially if you're making the most out of the Atom custom firmware now available. As you can see, the build quality is some of Anbernic's best, and it's certainly held up very well. I've purchased mine at launch, and it's spent the majority of the life in my coat pocket, so considering the travel it's had over its little lifespan, it's really held up well and is certainly impressive. Input wise, again, the RG280V is a great example of how Anbernic's gotten its strong reputation. Buttons are firm and responsive, with great travel and perfectly spaced between one another. Considering it's a mini handheld, the RG280V is comfortable to hold, especially when you're focused on just using the D-pad and the buttons. The D-pad itself is strong, it's got a good arc, inputs well, and has a good multi-directional travel, especially on the lower directional spectrum. I personally find the lower to higher directional travel to be a bit stiff, but thanks to the flexibility of the D-pad, you can get used to it very quickly when actually playing. Using the shoulder buttons feel a bit unnatural at first due to the claw grip you have to make over the handheld, but as long as you're using it sparingly, they won't become a problem. Though if you do need to start button mashing the shoulder buttons for whatever reason, things will get pretty uncomfortable pretty quickly. Though in actual gameplay with occasional use, they're absolutely fine to use without issue. Lastly, playing one-handed to grind in top-down RPGs or the like is perfectly fine to do, which is always a massive plus for mini handhelds for me. I'll cut to some gameplay now, all caught on my device with the custom and Atom firmware on it. One thing I haven't covered in much detail at all is the excellent Adam custom firmware, which really gets the best out of the RG280V. I will include a link to the amazing Russat Retro Game Corp's coverage of the firmware though, which you'll be able to watch a full starter guide if you're interested. In conclusion though, I think Anbernic's RG280V today still stands up well against the Miyoo Mini, with it, for me anyway, essentially just coming down to price. At launch, the RG280V's price was about $20 off what the Retro Pocket 2 Plus's price is today, which will give you a lot more bang for your buck in comparison. However, if you can grab the RG280V on a good deal with a similar price to the Miyoo Mini, I think it will be a very tough call between the two, which speaks volume to how great the Miyoo Mini is, as I'm a massive fan of the RG280V. That's it for now though, thanks so much for watching.